So if you remember your 3-letter Holland code from earlier on,
Yeah.
It just it talks about your career interests and what you're going to be interested in, according to this guy.
Yeah.
I just want you to think about those and keep those in your mind. We're going to go through a bit of a reflective interview on that code, sorry. And just going to ask you a couple of questions, and hopefully these questions can help you make decisions about the career you'll be choosing later on in your life.
Yeah.
All right. So, Kiri, what is your 3-letter code?
SAE.
Okay.
So, social, artistic, enterprising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
When I first saw it, I was kind of confused by artistic and enterprising.
Okay.
But social for sure. I feel like I'm a very social person. But then I was thinking about it. Artistic, yeah, I am a little bit creative, maybe,
Okay.
and then enterprising, maybe that comes down to like how I am independent and stuff like that. I think.
Okay. And these letters, like you said that you're a social person. What does it mean to be social, artistic, and enterprising to you? Like, how would you explain these? If you were talking to me and I didn't know what they were, how would you explain social and then artistic and then enterprising?
Social, I would say, I would probably talk about it in terms of introvert and extrovert. I would say it's more of a, if you're social, you'd be more of an extrovert. And then artistic, I would say it comes down to creativity, because when I first thought about it, saw that I was artistic, I was thinking about like singing, dancing, painting, stuff like that, just the generic arts. And then I realized it's more about there's all this other level of it being creative and stuff like that. And then for enterprising, it's not just like I want to be a business owner. It can be attributes of you like leadership or you like independence. Stuff like that.
Sweet. How would you explain the order of these letters? Like you said before, you're very much a social person.
Yes.
So you'd say that one is the first?
Definitely the first.
And then the other two?
Yeah. Artistic would definitely come second before enterprising, because I still was surprised that enterprising was one of them. But yeah, I think that's a pretty correct order when I actually think about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why would you say enterprising is the last? Because like you don't think you're a very enterprising person?
I don't see myself running a business or anything like that. I think out of the other things I could have had, I thought that would be a different one to enterprising. Like just when I saw the other ones, I was like, yeah, why is it enterprising? But when you look deeper, it's like different qualities.
Yeah, it could be leadership. It could be pushing other people to do better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
If you were to locate these letters on a scale of 1 to 10, how high would you put social? How high would you put artistic? And then enterprising, where would you put those three?
I would probably put social at like a 9.5.
9?
Yeah, 9. Okay, 9.
9.5, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's right. And then artistic, maybe like a 7.
Okay. And
then enterprising 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not? Why a 6 and not like a 4 or a
5? Because I guess there's different attributes within enterprising that I relate to and some that I don't relate to. But the ones I do relate to, I relate to really strongly.
Okay.
So like I said before, the independence and the independence and leadership. That's right. Okay. Yeah. I identify with strongly, but then other things like running your own business, I don't know what other attributes there would be with enterprising.
Okay.
But I feel like not as much that I relate to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So earlier on, you were saying that at Aldi, you're just a store assistant. How do you feel about maybe moving up? Because you said these 3 letters are pretty close together in my eyes. How would you feel about maybe moving up?
I think it does scare me a little bit, especially because I know that I don't want to be there forever. I think, so I don't want to like waste anybody's time and get training and then go and stuff like that. And also, I think comes with a lot of responsibilities as well. But I think it would be good money and good experience as well. So I'm not completely shutting it down, but it's just it scared me a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think you're capable of doing something like that?
I think I am capable.
Okay.
Yes. Whether I would, I think if someone pushed me to do it, like a manager, maybe I would. But on my own terms, I wouldn't just go and apply to be a manager or say, hey, I want to be a manager. At this time, at least. So
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. The spacing of these letters. How do you feel about them? Like you said, social was 9.5, and then 7 was artistic, and then 6 was enterprising. How do you feel about how far apart they are from each other?
I feel like it definitely makes sense with the social being very high, and I put the other two very close together because I just see them as I relate to each of them quite similarly, and also some parts of them very strongly and some parts of them not as strongly as well. But yeah.
How do you think social, the first letter, would be evident in your life? How does it come up?
I would say everywhere.
Everywhere?
Yeah. From work to uni to at home, with my family, friends, just even walking down the street, I'm a social person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bit of a people pleaser. Very extroverted, I would say.
Yeah, it does say it in your ocean thing. It says you're a very extroverted person. I think you were 2 standard deviations above the norm.
Wow.
So you're very extroverted.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I think I do. I definitely think that's right, but it does also I don't know the word. I just don't know whether that's such a good thing for it to be that high sometimes.
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't know. I'd maybe prefer to be more of an ambivert, like in the middle of introvert and extrovert.
Yeah.
But then I just know deep down I'm always going to be a strong extrovert.
You're a very social person.
Yeah.
You said that comes up everywhere, from uni to work to at home.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think there's any. Sometimes at home, but even then, I go sit in the lounge room. I don't sit in my room like most people do with their families. I sit in the lounge room where like everyone is. Yeah.
I like that. The second letter, artistic. How would you, if you could you explain a little bit how that is showing up in your life?
I thought about it in the creativity sense, but I'm actually not too sure.
Okay.
I was thinking about that. I'm not too sure how I am so artistic. Okay. How that's one of my second top quality.
You said earlier that you were making content for your friends to consume.
Yes.
What type of content do you make, Akiri?
I just film us doing anything, literally, and then I edit it and edit all the boring bits out and post it because I don't know, I actually really enjoy the process and then watching it back and then watching people laugh at it.
So that brings you a lot of joy.
Yeah, okay. I like it.
I would say that's a pretty artistic thing to do, to edit out boring parts of the recording and mash it all together into a short, nice
video.
Yeah.
True, I guess you're right. I guess that is one way that I am artistic. True, yeah.
And then the third letter, enterprising. How are we thinking this one shows up?
I think my mum has always taught me to be a really independent person.
Okay.
So that's with the that part. I've just always been wanting to be independent. And then with leadership, I would always go for like the leader roles at school and stuff like that. I was drawn to just, I don't know, put myself out there in that sense and help out in a leaderly way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Helping out is important to you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you say you help out at work?
At work? I don't know. I think my whole job is just helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think especially in a team setting like Aldi, it's just everyone helping everyone, I guess. So, if it's in terms of the customers, I really try to put a smile on their face by having a smile on my face.
Yeah.
Or saying something nice to them, trying to make a joke, even if they don't understand it, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like that's super in line with your Schwartz values scale score. It says you're a very benevolent person.
Oh yeah.
And it seems like you're a very kind person, very giving, always trying to help out others.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Good. I feel that's right, and I think that yeah, I would say, but it's benevolent, like being really kind.
Yeah, being kind, being like wholesome almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to think that I could be altruistic, but
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
A little bit of funny research on altruism.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just while we're on Schwartz, earlier when we were talking about the manager stuff, you said you could do it, but it doesn't really seem like you said you would want to be pushed to do it.
Yeah.
Is there a lack of sense of achievement? Because it says that you value highly the achievement, so that could be a big step up in a role.
I guess that would, if I am highly rating on achievement, that would kind of satisfy that part. But then I don't know what it is about being a manager, but does seem scary to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. If there are any relationship between these three letters, S, A, and E, where do you think that would show up in your life?
A relationship between all of them?
Or just any of them? S and A,
okay.
A and E.
Social and artistic, that's just probably being with my friends, making videos and editing it, sending it back to them. That's a mixture of both. Enterprising and social would be like leadership at school when I used to do that. Artistic and enterprising, I'm not too sure where that would show up. I'm trying to think of an example.
That's okay.
But I can't.
It doesn't have to be long.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Are there any personal qualities that you've identified in these reflections that are important to you right now?
I think benevolence is very important to me. And yeah, I don't like to hurt other people's feelings or make them feel bad. I'm generally more about making them feel better, helping people out and stuff like that. So if I ever do anything to upset anybody, then I really take that to heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like that's really important to you.
Yes, for sure. It's very important to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else are you doing? So you're working, you said, and then studying. What are you studying at university?
I'm studying psychology.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a hard degree to complete? Because it might satisfy a sense of achievement for you.
I think some parts of it can be hard, but I'm very interested in it, and I also did some psychology subjects in high school, so it's not that hard to me. Like maybe someone else it could be harder than what I thought, but yeah, I think with the right motivation and like engagement and interest in the subject material, it's actually not that hard. Like, yeah.
Would you say you're a self-directed learner?
A self-directed learner? What does that mean specifically?
So, university isn't as much of a teacher pushing you to learn.
Yeah.
Would you say that you just do all your work straight away when you see it coming in?
I would no.
Okay.
No, I don't do that, but I do think I'm a self-directed learner. I think I learn better by myself when I'm actually going through it rather than listening to someone else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't do it all straight away. I'm not very good at that.
Okay. All right. In general, dominant letter is S. What work responsibilities would you say are in alignment with the social value?
I would say being at the registers.
Okay.
And talking to I don't know how many people per day, a lot of people per day, having to make conversation, and also while trying to be professional and uphold the Aldi values. But yeah, I think that's where it shows up.
Right. And what other letters would come up during work?
Just out of A&E or?
You could go conventional, you could go realistic and investigative, but A&E is fine.
Yeah, I'm not really sure with A&E where that would come up. I'm trying to think. So what's investigative? Yeah.
Like if you're a science person into figuring things out.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, probably it's a social job, huh?
Yeah, more of just a social job and just it's pretty straightforward, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Of all of your work responsibilities, which is like the most satisfying to you? Do you get the most enjoyment out of?
I think I do like being on the registers, although a lot of it can get overwhelming and you get really tired.
Okay.
But I think that doing other things like putting stuff on shelves, it can be good too, because I do like a bit of physical exercise. But probably the registers.
Interesting that you like physical exercise and
yes.
Realistic. The RESEC letter was very low.
Right.
That's probably one of the.
Oh.
Okay.
So what's realistic mean?
Like working with your hands and working hard.
Right.
Based on these questions, what might you look for in our future work?
I think a job where I can help people.
Okay.
And although I don't want to have a boss, I also don't want to be a boss.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. Some kind of form of work where I'm helping people and it's kind of independent.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't know what that would be. Yeah.
So easy. All right, Akiri. Thank you for coming in. I'm just getting a bit of an idea of the time.
Yeah.
I think we should wrap this session up now. Does that sound to you? We can continue on next week, maybe?
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
So easy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. How did you